was like, hey, his is down 2.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a coincidence. So definitely not our fault. Looking at the score here, it's still 3. It's 3-6. I don't think we missed a whole lot of action. You know what? While we're go ahead and casting the live, I'm gonna go ahead and rewind for myself just to see if there was anything key that we might have missed.
I don't think we missed anything. Blitz just backing off out of here. I'm looking at a lot of the CS. Caitlyn doing really, really well. And so is Misfortune. I mean, they're leading the game in farm, but in that mid lane, that Kennen still with a good, healthy lead ahead of this Janna. And in top lane, is Diana creeping up a bit? No, she's still 40 CS behind. But her ability to actually get off some kills, she's 3-0-2, so that makes up for a lot of that gold deficit. And Absolute Zero actually going up here, trying to pick up an engagement. Oh, great grab onto Misfortune by Blitzcrank. That was a pretty clutch grab, but they actually do not have enough damage to follow us up. But Zero underneath the turret, Rocket Punch, gonna knock him up. Ignite might be able to finish it off. Bullet Time gonna pick up a kill, and Bubble Doodle is all over bottom lane, gonna dive that. So tanky. And down goes the Caitlyn. So 2 kills for blue team. And it looks like Tark did fall to that Ignite. So great play right there. And great play by this Blitzcrank. Managing. But uh-oh. Here comes DJ. We're going to see a possible kill here. Going to blow up Christina right away, so it's going to be up to Doodle. And Doodle probably wants no part of this. Stun's going to go off. He's going to eat a creep to actually gain some life here. Kennen just trying to stack some more stacks in there, trying to get off some stuns. And Bubble Doodle's going to wait for some more consumes, gain that health back. So annoying. Ken still ending some damage, trying to go back in here. Looks like might just try to farm up. Meanwhile, parentheses, Shyvana pushing that top lane, getting some kills. Or getting a turret kill. So great action there. And I love how Diana and Shyvana basically lived in this top jungle. They're always checking it. They're always warding it. Going to actually meet this Amumu right here. And it's going to be a bad day for Amumu. Not very tanky. Shyvana going to Dragon Form in there. And boom, just like that, parentheses, picking off a kill. And I love this play. Red can actually keep pushing this top lane if they want. They have 2 members. Bottom lane's pretty safe. That's where the rest of the blue team's pretty much housed. Applefire is going to be trying to get up there very, very quickly to defend this turret. Because if they actually lose another turret here, it's going to be a nice significant advantage for the red team. They've actually really started to open up their jungles and their movement here, and I love this play.
Oh, yeah. We're actually starting to see a lot of aggression going down, especially under turrets or near turrets. I did go back and rewind. The only thing we missed was the red team picked up a dragon, and poor Momu had gotten caught again. Momu not having a great game, getting counter-jungled quite a bit, trying to be there to make plays, but really just kind of starting to fall behind both in levels and items, really only sitting on Merc Treads, a Heart of Gold, and it looks like she might be rushing. She'd probably be turning that Heart of Gold into, or sorry, that Chain Vest into a Randuin's Omen, or possibly moving towards a Frozen Heart.
Yeah, Mumu going very, very anti-AD here while facing a lot of AP champions. So should be interesting to see what a move finally does decide to go for in this lane. And Kennen's been, he's been pushing this lane, but Janet's a really hard champion to actually take a turret from. And Janet's just been pushing back really, really hard against Kennen. Even though Kennen's had some great farm numbers, now Janet's going to be backed up by Christina. They're actually able to get this mid turret that's going to get some more gold. Looks like a Mumu and Tark are flanking here, and they might go in for a full press here. Blitzcrank coming around the backside. Both teams grouping up. It looks like we might actually have some action here. Dan actually trying to find a place to pick off. Blue team kind of feigning here. Actually just barely misses. Amumu walking around the corner. Going to pop his ult come there. There's the Empire. Great positioning right there, but it's not going to be enough. And actually not going to get a lot of damage out of it. Closed off, and Tarek actually trying to get picked over here. A lot of focus coming there. Now they're going to switch over to Christina. The AD carry, they're able to pick it off. Blitz going for that grab, and now great Howling Gale coming back here, trying to protect Doodle. Doodle might actually try to take on DJ. DJ coming in there. Pretty dangerous move. Jan's going to be able to pick off that kill, but will it bait them in? Will they be actually able to turn this into kills? But Bubble Doodle doing work here. They can't quite tear Bubble Doodle down. Bubble Doodle's so tanky. Will they be able to do it? Misses there. Grab, pulled away. Protecting Blonde Bomber. Blonde Bomber is probably going to try to come in this. Try to put some damage on this Janna. Consume! Getting the health back. Will they be able to actually kill it? And there, more damage coming in here. Janna Howling Gale trying to get away. The slows from Dana. It's not enough. And Bubble Doodle is going to be able to possibly pull this off, getting the extra heals in here from Janna, and it's going to be very, very close. Keep the damage on there. No, it's an 8th for the blue team. Such a long, extended team fight.
Yeah, between the consume for heal, but she's also got the Hex Tech Revolver, giving her that extra spell vamp, sitting there between being able to fight near enough the lane that she can eat a minion for, I think it's something like 300 health right now. I mean, if we take a look at the consume on Nunu, it deals, not only does it deal true damage, but it also converts that damage into health. So gaining, oh wow, it's actually almost 500 in heal plus the percentage from the spell vamp. So really, really kind of tough deal for that team fight. That how sustainable Nunu was in that fight.
Yeah, it looks like Amumu is working towards a Cloak of Fire here. Getting that belt of health, so now he's actually going to have a little bit more HP now. Won't be quite as fragile as he was earlier. And really, that came down just like, I feel like the focus was just off a little bit, one way or the other. But that Janna-Nunu combo, Nunu running in, eating the health, coming back to the team fight, combined with the Janna shields, keeping him alive. Very, very strong play.
And it looks like Dragon has respawned here. The blue team kind of looking at like they have the advantage in terms of numbers. And oh, Shyvana with the smite steal will trade her a lot.
Ooh, or will she? Yes, she will. But great play there by the red team. And now they actually is going to keep them even now. Blue team going to go down there and pick up this turret, get a little bit of advantage that way. And they're probably going to keep pushing down this bottom lane because they do know that Diana is top. So this is probably a safe push for them. They only have to contend with this Blitzcrank and this Caitlyn. As long as they can get the waves pushed in enough and put some hits on there, they should be able to whittle this down a little bit. And it looks like, no, they're actually going to call the back out maneuver. This side's too much for them. Diana still pushing. Might get this turret since she has been left alone. And now they're just running straight for her pretty much. And I'm interested to see if she decides to beat feet. It looks like she is going to back out of this. Sees them mount up mid. I would actually take this turret at this point. But it looks like Applefire is going to rotate over. And she's going to get out just in time.
Yeah, it looks like she's going to back here. I think they're calling for maybe some Baron action. I would say they're definitely going to want to sweep that Baron, get it cleared of any sort of vision wards. Right now, I'm looking at the red team. I don't see any sort of oracles. And the blue team, on the other hand, also a lack of vision clearing at this time.
Yeah, I'd probably like to see Nunu pick up an oracles here. Nunu's tanky enough. Is a good enough target, good enough candidate. I feel like Mumu is starting to get tanky now, so it could be a good pickup, but he's behind. So Amumu doesn't really want to spend his gold on the oracles. Instead, they can give it to a Nunu, who's much tankier at this point and has that that consume, that lifesteal. And I was gonna say they had an advantage here, but Diana getting caught out here, gonna flash right over, be protected. Nice little move there to save herself. Otherwise, she was surely dead. And blue team going to start working on this Baron. It looks like red team does notice it's happened. They are going to grab Tark over the wall. Going to be able to put a lot of damage on him. Janna and the rest of his team trying to go help out here. Mumu over the wall, going to ult. Great bullet time in there. Empire's going to go off, but Janet, oh wow, great cancel by parentheses, but in comes Kennen. This is actually going to be huge for their team. Janet goes down. Christina's probably surely going to fall next, and next 4v1. I don't know if Bubble Doodle can quite pull it off this time.
Wow, and that all started with that great Blitzcrank grab. Picked Tarek over. I think we saw a couple not so great flashes trying to escape. Normally we call those fail flashes, but we don't like to use the F word here. And okay, that's less than
underachieving flashes is what I'll call them.
But it looks like they are going to press this turret here. They're going to go ahead and pick up this turret. Great play. That's the strength of Blitzcrank. You could be 0-10, still land a really great grab, and turn it around for your team, making it instead of a 5v5, in a 5v4.
And Amu tried to go over there, too, and start something to follow that up. When the dust settled, really it was a 5v3. And, Kennen, flanking down, coming in from the bottom, was able to blow up Janna right away. There was no response from her to protect herself. And really just all around a great engagement for red team. It's something that they did need since blue was kind of being the bullies. They were the new bullies on the block. They were coming around. They're trying to, make the plays that they wanted, dictate the game. But red came back, with that great Blitzcrank grab and Shyvana's great alt action there to cancel the absolute zero. Just overall great play from red team.
Yeah, no, they played it out really well. I think blue team, they may probably learn from their lesson here. What they're going to want to do is drop a ward. They're going to want to have that warded where Blitzcrank can make that grab. They want to try and get that warded so they can stay away from those Blitzcrank grabs during another Baron attempt. Because if that Blitzcrank grab misses, I guarantee you that is a free Baron for the blue team. There's no way they're going to out. They're not. I mean, with the consume and smite, from obviously two different players, Shyvana may have been able to steal. Might have been lucky enough to steal Dragon. I don't think she would have been able to steal Baron at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I was I was gonna say too. I want to say that they have a pretty good Baron chance here, but I've seen Hotshot GG throw it with Feast in really high level tournaments, and I saw them just lose a dragon, so I'm not quite sure. But if it's unexpected, I expect that. But in this fight, they're probably gonna back off of this, which is a smart play. If they would have caught that Janet, it would have been so huge for them. Amumu coming in, getting straight back out. Will be able to follow us up. He's actually going to hit a trap, which is actually going to slow his advance. I really like that play. Red team actually splitting up a little bit as they back off out of this, and blue team sticking together. Just going to back off here. No major ults pop, so they don't have to worry about that. And they're just going to reset for each other at this point.
So they've definitely got that ward there that they want to have. Should they make another Baron attempt?
Shyvana has an Oracles, though, and so she might be able to take that out. If she does go down there and see it. And there's still no Oracles for the blue team, so map advantage, ward advantage should go to the red team if no one gets caught here. Nunu trying to lead this off, trying to take some cooldowns right here. As he is the most tanky member on their team. Great Amumu ult followed by Bullet Time, but Kennen coming in from the back. Monsoon pushing him away, trying to get him out of this. There's still 4 members up for the red team. Actually, one's going to drop now. And that's a double kill for Kennen. Follows up. Tark's running in here, but he's a little bit late to the party. Will he be able to take out this Caitlyn? Caitlyn's actually going to dip out of this. Blitzcrank sustaining. Just need another rocket grab right there and should finish it off. Kennen pushing out the enemy team, but they're all too low to actually pull off a Baron. But some great fights coming in here in this game. Neither team pulling any punches so far.
Yeah, and I was going to say, that Amumu ult was amazing. It almost absolutely turned the tide of battle. We can take a look at Amumu's stats right now. She's 0-8 and probably thinking like, gosh, dang it. Like, I'm not having the best games in the world, but like, that doesn't mean you're an absolute liability to the team. Yeah, you're a little bit squishy. You're going to try and get more tankier, but one solid Amumu ult can really change the battle. It didn't work out because I think they were split the way in which they collapsed. But if it were me and in the same position, I would have made that same play over and over again because I think that was a really good ult. It actually picked up the enemy carries. Kennen came in and just kind of melted.
Yeah, Kennen's been in some really good positions lately, and not like coming from the way you would normally think, not group with the team, but coming in from some backside after some ults are popped, after some engagements. The Mumu's all dead. It just kind of comes in and kind of cleans up. And this Kennen play is actually really kind of carrying the red team, I feel like, because without those great angles that Kennen's been able to come into these team fights, I don't think they quite go the same way. And really, I have to commend DJ Pop-Tart right now because she's playing a really, really good game.
Pop-Tart actually sounds pretty good, right?
Delicious.
So right now we're going to see blue team make an attempt on Dragon. They should have this no problem. I think that Consume's going to pick it up. Oh, nope, Misfortune's going to go ahead and finish off the Dragon. We take a look at the gold. 2K, 2.5K difference is not a big deal.
That is a great ward and another preemptive absolute 0 after the ward. Both teams, really smart play because a lot of players would be like, "I'm gonna go check this out," but they're like, "No, I want to place a ward here." Oh my God, there's their team. All right, I'm gonna back out of this.
Let's be honest. I've been in enough games, even at the gold elo rating, to watch people face check that bush and
and get decimated.
Yeah, so I really like the communication that's going here. The play, like, hey guys, be careful where you step. Make sure you have vision. They realized they didn't have vision on the enemy team, so they weren't gonna just walk into a bush. So great play there. Now, problem for the blue team is, oh, there it is. I was going to say, they have this Oracle, but they're not able to pick off those wards yet. So right now they cleared that ward, and
looking to make some plays. Blitzcrank, they have that grab advantage. They can make the plays. Janna flanking this time. I kind of want to keep track of Kennen in this next team fight because it's been interesting where DJ Pop-Tart's entered the team fights.
And this is where they want to fight. They want to
Oh,
fight in
good
this
grab
corridor.
onto Tarek. They're going to get it right away. Try to burst him down. He's going to get sucked in, though. Good Amumu ult. Slicing Maelstrom actually caught still in the Amumu ult, not getting max damage in there. That actually could be a huge mistake for the red team. They've actually put a lot of damage onto the Nunu champion, who's very, very tanky. The AD carry is still up. A lot of the other carries are very, very low here, making it rain, trying to slow it down. Christine needs to be a little bit careful. Doesn't want to be too bold, but she does have some good backup, some good bodyguards there running with her. And another quick 2-for-2 exchange.
2-for-2 jungle support, trading jungle support. You know what? If you guys get in there and you die, you've done your job. Like, I mean, assuming the rest of your team's still alive. Unfortunately, blue team, neither team able to capitalize on the enemy team with those initiations. I thought, like you said, Kennen, if he had gotten just a little bit deeper, that would have made worlds changer. That would have been a 4-1, 5-1, no problem.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those like situations where you're just like itching to go, and you think the Amumu ult is worn off, but it hadn't quite yet. So you popped a little bit earlier, got a little bit sad. Maybe a stun came in there from Tarek, possibly. I'd have to go back and look. But I mean, overall, that's what you want to do against the Kennen. As I look at their team, yeah, Tarek does have an exhaust, so Tarek exhausting Kennen would be a smart thing to look for in those team fights. I don't think I've quite seen it yet because Kennen's always came in from another angle, like we said earlier, and been able to do max damage. And looks like Dana just doesn't care about those minis. Just like, I'm just gonna stand here in mid lane, come kill me. It's like one of the end scenes of Predator. We're just sitting there waiting for Predator to come in and kill him, but she's gonna walk away safely. She's not gonna die.
So Shyvana here with another Oracle, gonna continue to sweep wards here, and I think we're seeing a GA here on I Love Christina. Definitely, anytime you've got your IE, you've got your Phantom Dancer, you're kind of looking for a fight. GA, not a bad item on AD carries in general. So, it's a little bit earlier here. I think normally we'll see normally we'll see like a Bloodthirster or maybe a Last Whisper, depending on what items the enemy team might be stacking. But going for the early defensive item might be the correct play.
Yeah, and Caitlyn, slightly behind this Misfortune in her item build, but she's gone, definitely more damage centric, and hasn't really just picked up that defensive item like we see actually from this Misfortune. Misfortune is about a K ahead right now as an AD carry, which isn't too bad, but it still is an advantage for your team, and having that GA is going to protect her. So in those team fights, when Kennen does come in, she can actually possibly res out, reposition herself, and still be able to do damage for her team. And red team, they're just going to start this dragon. They want to fight. They still feel confident about their team fight. The question is, how is this going to go down? And with Baron helping out, I don't think this is the correct choice. This could actually be a decision that they look back on and they do not like, but they do know that Amumu is not there. He is rotating up there. Will they be able to put enough damage on? They're actually going to back him off out, and it looks like they're not going to do the Baron. Now they're going to engage, but Amumu is probably going to get up here in time. Now Amumu's got up here. The Monsoon is up. Kennen's trying to enter in here. Now he's going to use the Slicing Maelstrom. Absolute Zero will go off, and we see Kennen absolutely get destroyed in that team fight. Everybody is so low. Blonde Bomber going to have to back off out of this, and really unfortunate call for the red team. They felt really confident that Amumu, wasn't able to rotate in time, and they actually decided to fight afterwards, but they took so much damage, and they got Baron so low that I wish they would have just committed to the Baron, took the Baron, and then just even flashed out a Baron pit, whatever, just get out of there, just take the Baron buff, take the advantage. But instead, like we see in a lot of late-going League of Legends games at any level in any format that involves Baron at least, Baron can be a deciding factor, and we're going to see red team probably get punished for that Baron and lose some turrets here.
And possibly inhibitor.
They got 20 seconds to push down to the inhibitor. Blitzcrank is the only member up. Shyvana is going to be next in line along with Kennen and the rest of the team. But I imagine they might be able to salvage it. They might just be able to lose the base turret here, but it's going to be close. And nope.
Yeah,
Inhibitor's going to go down.
Yeah, they're going to take this neighbor. They're going to back off, and then they're going to want to take all that money they got from Baron, the 2 turrets, and start the shop and really put that bonus of getting that global gold and from the turrets and Baron to use.
Yeah, because there's gold advantage like we see in this top at the top of our screen, but until you actually spend that gold, it's not an effective gold advantage. It's just a number up there. Your head buy it, you have it in your bank account, but until you spend it, you actually don't have that item and the power that comes with buying those items. So by making a big move like that, getting inhibitor, getting all that global gold, the team fight gold, and going actually spend it, now you're actually worth that number that's at the top of the screen that you can see here. Now these teams can't actually see how much gold, what their total team gold is, but they know if they go back there, they buy up their items, they're going to be that much stronger in this next team fight, and that's what's almost more scary. Take away the Baron buff here. Oh, wow, Christina might get caught out here. That's a lot of damage. GA is going to be popped up, and she's surely going to die as soon as she comes back up here. Followed up, and right away goes down. That's a great pickoff for red team. But, even without that Baron buff, just that extra items that they were able to buy because of that is going to make them really stronger for the next time these two teams decide to do battle.
And that's kind of a mistake. Normally what you want to do once you get Baron is you just want to stay grouped up, because the strongest you can be is when you have Baron buff and you're together as a group, especially when you're in a team that's somewhat of an AoE composition, where you have a Mamu and you have Nunu's ult Absolute Zero, you've got Misfortune. Like, you don't want to be split off like that. So red team made a really good play. They realized, hey, crap, we just gave up Baron through some misplay. We just lost an inhibitor, but they were able to come down there. They were able to pick off Misfortune, and they were able to get Dragon. If you take a look at the gold deficit, it's really only 2K. It's still a really even game. Right now, the blue team, they've got that inhibitor. They've got that Baron buff advantage. But really, if the red team goes ahead, they fall back. They can turtle it out. They can wait it out. They're still going to be able to fight on even footing.
Yeah, and it looks like this this team support that they've got running here is actually working out really well for the blue team. Ooh, this is going to be in some contention. DJ is too smart for that, knows that something is up. There's the shuriken, catches it out. Not going to fall for that. They do have the ward there, but cute little play by Applefire and Bubble trying to make a play. And the question is here, what is the next objective? When is going to be the next engagement? Red, taking their red buff and being able to do it with a Baroned up team. Blue not throwing their weight around quite as much as they could possibly. If they were grouped up. DFG coming out, the flash to get out of this. Diana really wants to protect herself, protect that double buff that she has, and we actually have double oracles between Bubbles and Tarek. So if one of us goes down, hopefully one of us can survive. We can pull the ejector cord and get out of there and keep our ward advantage. And it's really strong because red team has actually done a really great thing. They've warded up their own jungle so they can actually catch the movements of the blue team. They're probably going to want to throw some wards over their own walls just outside of their base so they can catch the rotations and for sure. But they're really just going to team up here, try to defend this turret as best as they can, and hopefully survive this onslaught. Because if Amumu gets a good catch in there, you saw him throwing his bandage toss, he's going to go in, the team's going to flip that switch, and they might try to go in there and get a kill. I think red team actually has a pretty good defensive team if they do get dived
and they
upon.
do have a really good defensive team with that Blitzcrank being able to sit back, turtle, have Diana to clear waves. Diana's really good at clearing waves with that Crescent ability. And what they can do is they can hope that if Blitzcrank lands a sick pull, that's like kind of a best case scenario there, and they've done a good job. They've waited out Baron. Baron has faded. Baron will be, Baron will respawn in about 3 minutes, but that Baron buff is gone. And so right now, what they want to do is just find the best opportunity to take a fight. For the red team, it's going to be under a turret. For the blue team, it's going to be how they want to press their advantage. They know they have super minions pushing lane. What they can do is they can have Janna somewhat split push and keep a lane pushing. I highly recommend at this point that everybody stays
that is a
together.
pick off. Great Monsoon there trying to back it off. Great Howling Gale actually canceling the full dive. But Cannon's going to get maximum bang for his buck coming in here. Hourglassing to protect himself. And this is probably going to be 4 kills. And Janna's actually getting chased down by the Shyvana relentlessly. And Applefire hoping that bubble stays up. Applefire probably going to be able to escape now with that speed buff. And Red furiously pinging towards the enemy base. Shyvana actually running back to defend their own base. And I think Red's actually just going to might rally back, or they might press. It looks like Caitlyn's actually going to back off and farm up. And the other 3 members of the Red team are just going to press home here. Janna actually backing off and farming Rays. So we're going to see if Red's actually going to be able to push in there, because actually Caitlyn actually cleared the past waves, so they might get a push, but waiting for the push is not going to be enough. Shyvana's almost dead trying to defend their base. Someone's going to have to tank this. They are going to tank it. Still down by about 20 seconds, and Blitzcrank might die. He's going to die to the turret. This is not Aram. But if it was, that was a good execute move right there. And they're going to be able to pick off this inhibitor. It's going to stabilize their lane and actually give them inhibitor advantage, because their inhibitor just came back up. So they're not going to actually have to deal with super minions anymore, and they're just going to be able to now press their own advantage wherever they want on the map.
Yeah, what they're going to want to do,
pushing lane.
So Shyvana is actually doing a good job here. If she can get this bot lane pushing a little bit, that's going to open up an opportunity to be there when Baron respawns. And Baron's about 1 minute away, maybe 30 seconds. But if they can get these lanes cleaned up, now that they got super minions pressing down mid lane, we could see the next Baron fight be pretty much the deciding factor.
Yeah, and
if one team gets it for free, obviously it's not going to be it's going to be in their favor clearly. But this is where map control comes into advantage. And Nunu with that Oracle is going to go ahead and take away that vision from the red team. Red team's going to want to group up and start looking for that next team fight. Obviously, going to wait. Kinnon's ult will be available. Diana clearly good to go. And I think just waiting for Blitzcrank, actually.
Yeah, everybody full up. They are going to want to team up, defend the Baron, which has just come up. Again, that map control is going to be for the blue team. I thought it was really smart, and there's some great teamwork going on here. Even though the Oracle is on the blue team, but they just got wiped, so maybe red team thought if they don't pick up one, DJ actually had picked up a pink ward and actually threw it in Baron Pit on her way back after that press that they put on against the turret. So I really like this play. And Blitzcrank actually has an Oracle too. Backing off out of this, they were able to do it in time. Howling coming in, doing a lot of damage to Caitlyn. Ward actually being thrown over the wall to get even more vision in this team fight. I love this play and how smart these teams are with these wards. These teams are playing very, very well in this situation. And blue now is going to press this top turret. Red looks like they are going to respond. It's just the question is who's going to throw the first punch and make something happen. Well, Amumu trying to get a catch right there. He actually has gotten Ken, and Ken's trying to lightning rush. Ken's got actually hourglass. This is very smart. With his ult, blue actually moves into a lot of it. Red team, Howling Gale coming in, backing off the enemy team, and a huge advantage for blue team. They've played this really, really well, and now it's going to be all their advantage, and red team in a lot of trouble. Good flashes out, trying to escape for Caitlyn. It looks like Diana might be able to escape out. It looks like they're just going to let her go. Maybe they didn't catch her running into that brush. But now they're just pressing in. They're going to grab this open inhib. They have all the members of their team up.
But right now in the blue team base, we've got a bunch of minions pressing Nexus turrets. I think those Nexus turrets will be fine. Tarek might even be able to help clean up.
That's a serious minion wave. Tarek, he can clear waves, but he's not the best at it. It's a little troublesome. They actually were able to pick up that inhibitor, though, and now they're going to run over towards this Baron. I wonder, they might try to start it. They actually have the enemy team down for 25 seconds, but I think they're still worried about that Caitlyn Diana. They still could take enough damage and be harassed and poked out of it. Maybe they're just waiting for the rest of their team. I think this could be a play for them. There's no way for Red to really quite get there. If they wanted to do it, they could have, but it looks like they're just going to blue pill back here, buy up, and just probably try to make another play for it.
Yeah, and this is the best thing going for Red right now is that blue was not able to press that Baron. And so now that they're all going to get rezzed up, Kinnon's ult, Slicing Off Storm should be available for this next fight. Right now, it's still dead even. It's 70k, 70k. The kills don't matter at this point. Whoever comes away with the next advantage is probably going to take this game. And when I say take the win advantage, I'm saying if they were to get another 4-1, 4-2, and get Baron, they can easily just strut in there, take out those Nexus turrets with minions, and just really tear down that Nexus. We're at that point in the game where everybody's got a solid item build. We've got GAs, IEs, Bloodthirsters, Phantom Dancers on our carries. Shyvana, she's got her Frozen Mallet. She's got, she's kind of tanky, although she got popped pretty quickly in that last engagement. Great ult by Amumu. Again, you could be 0-10, you land one good ult, and you can win the game.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit like Vlad. I mean, you can fall behind his Vlad, but your ult is still a % damage to your team, AoE.
Oh, this is it.
Oh, the grab. The grabs, the plays. Amuba's going to pop all in vain. Baron's actually going to put Applefire at about half health, and red team, they're feeling it right now. Coming in here, Blitz looking for a possible another grab. The question is, will they decide to go in and Baron now? Now that they're missing the enemy jungler, there's going to be no smite. There actually is a consume chance here, and I know Applefire is just going to keep trying to throw in some Howling Gales to slow this down, but it looks like red team is going to be able to actually seal the deal on this Baron. Here it comes. Red team does have it, and now they're actually going to be full in that grab. Great flash out by Nunu, just barely dodging that, and now the advantage is all in the red team's favor. This is a really good game. 52 minutes in, both teams, 2k difference, pretty much made up by that last Baron that just got picked up in the kill on Amumu, and both teams have killed their middle inhibitors back and forth. Both teams have won team fights. I mean, this is a very, very even game, and this is a really cool thing to see. Obviously in our judgment format, you think some of these games would be one-sided, and here we have 2 games back to back that were very, very
these teams
good games.
Really even. I know. I want to give some much appreciation to Tay. Not only did they have that great blitz grab multiple times out of Baron Pit, which has been really game-changing, but the ability to zone the enemy team while your jungler and the rest of your team is taking Baron. That's something that we don't see enough of in a lot of games. If you've ever been that jungler that's had your Baron or Dragon stolen, it's like, well, maybe I missed my smite, maybe I didn't, but maybe my team didn't zone out I didn't have someone on the team. So Tay doing a really great job there, not only making the game-changing plays with those grabs, but also doing the really good job zoning out. And I'm looking over here at the board, Maelstrom's up for the red team, Blitzcrank still got exhaust. Shyvana's good to go with her dragon form. They've got Baron buff. I think they should group up and march down mid, take that free inhibitor. It's naked. As a team, the other team's not going to fight you for it.
Oh, maybe they will, but it'll be interesting to see who wins that one. Right now, the red team a little bit more conventional. I feel like they just need to group up and really make a push here. But it looks like Caitlyn backing up, spending her money, and then we'll probably see them make a play. But right now that Baron buff is ticking, and they want to get as much advantage out of that as they can. They've actually done a good job of actually killing and pushing out the waves. But this is actually kind of scary because Red's kind of pushing out. They don't have vision of this bottom jungle, and we might see as a sneaky play from blue team. Actually, Applefire is kind of going to give it away, but they might try to catch him in a rotation to defend this bottom lane. Pings go down. Red actually pinging through the enemy's blue jungle, and dare I say it, there might be a base race that happens here. It looks like it's kind of gearing up towards that finality, and I think blue team's gonna have to start blue pilling. Yes, they are blue pilling. They realize what is going on. Red team pushing in here. Both teams run through the enemy's jungle. Oh wow. So they are going to get this inhib. Blue probably wouldn't have been able to defend it anyways, but they were able to push that bottom lane, so they'll get some pressure on that bottom turret naturally from the champions. And Blue's actually going in on this. They want some, and Red just backing off. I don't know what it is, but they've actually split up right now, and this is actually really bad for them. Ken's actually going to come back here. Caitlyn's miles away. This is not a good thing. Red just trying to run for it as they can. We might have to see some flashes. Looks like most of the flashes are up except for Diana's. Diana's flash is not up. She might be a sacrificial lamb here, and she will get picked off.
She does have the GA, so she is going to, I mean,
die instantly.
I think if they had a little bit more hindsight, and hindsight being the 2020 vision that it is, they could be like, all right, Diana distracting. Caitlyn runs back down and takes that Nexus while they're being such a good distraction. I agree with you. I don't think that was the right play. I think at some point that team should have just been like, hey, look, we got Baron. I don't care if they got a Momo wall. We got Kennen. Let's go. Let's get in there. And I think they're going to end up losing this mid inhibitor for it.
Well, they can fight over it. I don't know if it's necessarily the correct choice. It looks like they're just going to back off out of this and let it happen. You know, I have to think there's probably a communication breakdown there, where Caitlyn was just like, all right, I'm going back to base. We're out of this. This is over. Blitzcrank with another good grab onto Nunu, but Nunu tanking enough is going to be able to survive it. Turret is down. Ken's going to actually engage here. Going to be able to pick up this Misfortune, but Misfortune is going to GA and die instantly yet again. And that seems that all the GA is good for in these team fights, because everybody just keeps getting picked off by themselves and not in a team fight where they can actually get out of it after they re-res.
So with Misfortune down and Tarek down for 60 seconds, this is it. I think red team should just march.
Yes, and that looks like what they're going to do. Blue team's going to have to blue pill and get back as soon as possible. And this is that fun late game action that we have. You know, if you die, you can get punished really, really hard because those death timers are so long. And Blitzcrank, Tay leading the charge, running in there. Might pop all even clear ways, but now it's going to get the backup of her team. And, you know, if they can get a good grab off and pick off another person, it's going to make this defense so much harder. You know, they don't have an AD carry here. Grab just barely misses. A Mumu going in. I don't know if that's what they wanted.
It is not tanky enough for this.
That might be a deal breaker, but so tanky, able to sustain through a lot of that. Will they be able to put some damage on this turret, though? Grab onto Janna, but no one's really there to follow this up. And Dinah's actually not even here. Absolute Zero going off is going to do massive damage to Kennen yet again. Kennen's going to Hourglass to protect himself and then die instantly.
Oh, man, this is unfortunate. I think Caitlyn got a little bit of...
Diana coming in
don't
here.
Kill me syndrome.
That is a lot of chunk damage, but GA is actually going to come into factor here. Will she be able to come out and actually do some work? Actually going to turn around, deal some damage. Triple kill for a Mumu as a Mumu goes to the grave. And Diana just trying to do something here. I think that unless she can pick off this Janna, it's going to be all for naught. She's the last member up. After she falls, this could be game if they press hard enough. We could see the reverse go down here for Blue Team. Blue Team's going to press it home.
Oh, no. This is such a heartbreaker finale. Oh, no. You know, it's almost like this is the climax moment. It was built up, and then the teams just... Oh, I don't even know how to say this without hurting someone's feelings. I feel bad because Caitlyn, she has the items. She should have just kept auto attacking, just shoot whoever she could see. She was strong enough that she could take down whoever she wanted, but she kept trying to run. And I think when she goes back and watches this, she's gonna be like, you know what? I probably should have just stayed and fight. and I could have walked away with the victory, but I think that's going to cost them quite a bit. They're going to lose. They're going to lose this third inhibitor. I don't know. I can't see the future, so I don't know for sure if it's over. But this is going to be one epic conclusion. Baron's definitely due up here soon.
Yeah, I think Blue probably could have ended it. They chose not to, but they did a good job in basically taking the really, really safe route, which is pretty much kill all your enemies' inhibitors. There's still the one top lane. But beyond that, they're going to have a good time, having all their lanes pressing. They can probably gear up for this Baron that has just spawned and might be able to just pull that out for free, and after that, roll in there and try to do some work themselves. But, Red has a chance. This game has been so back and forth.
This is where
I can't call anybody up because the gold is even.
The gold I can't remember the last time I've cast a 60-minute game, or a 50-minute game for that matter. But this is crazy. This is saying it's so close. I know if I'm Red right now, I'm like, screw it. All in. Let's go. Push mid. They're going to go for Baron. We know it. Let's go. We got super minions right now. Let's go. But I don't know. I think they're going to try and sit back and maybe defend this one final push with the team that has Baron.
All right, so here we go. Red team running in here. Misfortune killing it really, really quickly. Ward over the wall. Will Red be able to come in here and stop this? It looks like they are not going to be able to. Possible grab, no. Blue team now with the Baron buff. I think that is enough of an advantage that they should be able to take a team fight and possibly this game, unless Red can pull some magic. And if they do, hopefully they capitalize on it, because if not, this game is going to go even longer. This game is crazy. 60 minutes in. Gold for both teams, only a K difference. We're basically even.
This is it right now. Climax moment. I say blue team. Do they even take the top inhibitor? I mean, Noon is just getting in there. I think we're going to see Kennen just get double Deathfire Grass. He's just going to get insta-gib. And then Misfortune might clean up.
Yeah, here we go. So what's going to start off? Shirelio's Reveille popped. Grab onto Tark. Not necessarily the best target, but they are going to start. They're underneath turret. This is kind of where they want to be. Kennen going there, dealing massive damage. Is this going to be enough? They've already taken down one member. Double kill for Misfortune. Misfortune doing work, dealing out that damage constantly. It's 3v3 at this point, but the minions are coming in. That is going to be the deciding factor. Diana diving in there, might be able to pull off a kill. Ace in the hole comes in. Great protection onto Misfortune. Misfortune is going to wrap this up, and blue team is finally going to be able to take this game. What a game. And there's the absolute zero to finish it.
So good work here to both teams, really. I mean, round one was epic. Round two, just really longer version of epic.